Hola, it's your girl. Today, and you have seen the thumbnail, so you already know what it is. We are going to listen together to Falling in Love Again. That song did randomly play for me yesterday in YouTube, so I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Let's do a listen along to Falling in Love Again. And I gotta do it right. I have to play it a little bit, pause it, play it, pause it to see if that is allowed. But let's start with a little bit of the story of that song. And I love my artwork for that. I've tried to tweak it a few times. I'd like to make it better, but it is what it is for right now. You may see me do that, guys. You probably already have seen me do that. From time to time, when I just really want to redo the video to a song because I want to just like upgrade it, I'll re-upload another video for the same song. That's happened a few times. But Falling in Love Again. So we're on the Hear My Dear project. And this one really sticks out because that entire project, I was just thinking about this, thinking through the library of that album. Yeah, this is the song on the album that really is present tense for Marvin's life. Up to that point, right, we've just gotten history. It's just been the history of him and Anna. And I was thinking about this the other night. So at some point in time after this album is released, somehow Anna is interviewed on like what's her take on the album. And she's being like, a journalist is asking her this, and she says that she's considering suing Marvin Gaye for breach of privacy. And I was listening to, what was I listening to? I think it's When Did You Stop Loving Me? I was listening to the song the other day. I know I was in the shower, I had my music playing, and I heard a line and I was like, oh, it was like, that's what Anna might have sued him for. Because, all right, because think about that, all right? You need to have some knowledge, okay? Like, so that's why I'm telling you, think about it. Where in the album does he divulge shit that is breach of privacy? You know, like, what? He talks some shit to her, but what does he say that is breach of privacy? The only thing that I thought of is the line where he said, because I was like, Marvin, he reads Anna a lot in that project, but he said, But if you ever loved me with all of your heart, you'd never take $1 million to part. Is that it? Is he putting their business out in the street about how much money she's required to be settled off with in order to make this divorce go through? That's the only of their complete and total business that I could even see her saying she's going to sue him for. As I'm looking at this, am I looking right here or am I looking right here? I'm looking right here, but I don't think that's me looking directly at you. People, this video production of me is not my forte. So, but that's the gist of Hear My Dear, right? It's all the goods on him and Anna. And so then we get to Falling in Love Again, and that is the standalone song that is his life now completely separated from Anna. And he is talking about his life, because we've got Funky Space Reincarnation, and that don't have shit to do, with, it's just, that's good music. And I'm trying to think, Sparrow is also just good music. But Falling in Love Again is Marvin autobiographizing his life, but it's present tense, right? It's what's going on at the current moment. Yeah, so we're getting a divorce. And if you ever really loved me, it wouldn't take $1 million to part. And so because I don't have $1 million, I got to write this fucking album for you and hope that the sales of it is going to generate the money that I need to pay you off. Is that the privacy that I'm breaching? And so I'm going to tell the story of me and you, right? He spells out the origins of their love, takes us through the story of their love, and then takes us through the falling apart of their love. But falling in love again is all about him and Jan. And I just, you know what I mean? It's, I was driving the other day and that song, I feel like, I don't know how I had not necessarily been paying enough attention to, from jump of that song to where all of a sudden it was just overtaking me. And I was just, you know what I mean? So it was like, I don't know what the hell. I was driving, right? I guess I was focusing on the road. But just all of a sudden, it was not the beginning of the song though, but just the song was filling the aura. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this song is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. And I'm sorry, y'all know, I just wonder how much appreciation does John Gay have of that song though? You know what I mean? And it, you know, it was like, is it really present tense? I think it is for him. I think he is explaining his side of their life to us. But I think that also actually present tense, the time that album is out, let's say, him and Jan split up, right? Are they split up by the time in December of 78 that this album is on the shelves? But listen to that song is Marvin talking about his life with Jan. And you know, it's just that chick, dude, that chick, does she have an ability to appreciate what he's saying about their life and love in that song? I mean, I would need her to. Okay, it is exceptionally too gorgeous. And who in the fuck are you, the bitch that song is written for? And you're like, you know, I'm just let's get into what the concept of that is. I'm talking about your man putting his ass out to let the world know what you mean to him. Period. I don't care who your man is and how he's accomplishing doing that, right? Like, is he getting the little airplane banner? Did he rent the airplane to go in through the sky? Does he propose to you in some really grandiose way in the stadium, right? Like, just however your man is letting the world know how he's rocking with you. Don't be like this, bitches. Like, don't do that. You know what I mean? And I just kind of get an impression that, I know why I have the impression. It's coming to my mind. She's talking shit about the essence of this song and that little piece of shit book of hers. And I know she's coming across like she's feeling a way about the song. And so, yes, I know what she's saying. She's like, you know, she sat through and she was there in the studio while he was writing this album. And of course, it's all about Anna, right? And so it's becoming very, very clear to her, like, what the depth of his relationship with Anna was. Yes. And that's fine. And bitch, that's the vein of the album. That's the purpose of the album. That's the subject matter of the album. Do you not understand what you have with your man? That at the moment in time, you know what I mean? Like, yes, he could be revisiting and singing about past tense shit. And yes, it was all real. And so he has the reality to sing it with and about. But I'm asking, who is the bitch on this planet that could have their man, and then you're lucky enough that your man has voice like Marvin, and you won't ever be lucky enough for that, okay? So you have Marvin Gaye, and he is able to write you this song, and you feel a way. I cannot, okay, just can't rock. But Okay, because that's what it makes it exceptionally difficult for me for this song to be as beautiful as it is, and it is intended for the person that it's intended for. And it's kind of just, I'm sorry, it's a once again, this bitch gets a song written for her and she's demonstrating that ability for how she perceives it. So, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's that frustration because let's listen to the song, and then I want you to understand what you're hearing, the vulnerability and the beautifulness and the, just straight from the heart pouring, soul pouring. And that's not good enough. I mean, it must be nice. Like, I just don't know who in the hell you're going through life thinking that you are if that's not sufficient. You know what I mean? I mean, damn, what could satisfy you, bitch? Damn, you know what I mean? Like, really? So anyway, let me go ahead and get set up here and I will launch it. I will briefly explain the artwork that we're looking at. It's not that really any big of a deal, but I'll briefly explain it. And then we'll listen. I will stop and start and stop and start. This is not going to be another hour-long video. And just to speak on the previous one, good gosh, when it got to the song, I was out of sync somehow. I went ahead and started like exporting the video, and then I was going back through it and I was messing with it, and I can see like I got things out of sync. So in that video I'm all singing along all hard, having a moment, right? And I'm like ahead of the song. So that was, yeah, I told you this is not my forte yet. But let me get launched up, push play, headphones in. I actually, you know what, I'm thinking I'm going to use my beats. I'll show you guys my busted beats, the much referenced busted beats, because I need to hear it right. So yeah, I'll be listening to it at the beats. Give me 1 sec to get everything together here. Okay, I went into the back side of my channel, and I can search across my channel by just typing in the name of a song. So when I did that, Falling in Love, 2 results came up, and I want to speak to one of the results. It's the unreleased version of the song. I cannot believe how many views that thing has gotten. That's the 2nd most viewed song on the channel. And what it is, I was so skeptical about providing that video. It's one of the first videos I did put up on the channel. I'm seeing it says December 7th, 2019, I uploaded it. And I'll tell you the reason. So that is me. That's your girl driving in Maui on the road to Hana, the legendary, the famous road to Hana. And actually, right where the video ends, I've made it to Hana. Like, I am just not at like a little parking lot area for one of the first stops. I think that's mostly Hana by the time that I'm done driving in this video. But okay, so the video footage is literally of me having this camcorder on the dashboard of this Mustang that I rented out there, and I've got it just on the dashboard. And so of course, as I was driving that drive, I was listening to this song. But as it was getting recorded, right? So the video camera is recording the music coming through the speakers in the car. And of course, the sound quality is horrific. And so that's what was throwing me off. That was the first time that I learned how to do some video editing, because I was uploading this video, but the sound quality of the song obviously was so horrible. And I was like, I want to show this video, but the song is gonna sound so horrible. And so that's the first time I figured out how to not use the audio in the video, but use the actual audio from the song, so that it is clean and beautiful as Marvin's singing it correctly, right, with no distortion. So yeah, that's just me driving, and it's so cool. I think I know what everybody loves about that video is that literally, right, I'm driving along, and then right kind of when he's just singing about the love is so great, baby, and just in the mountain along the side of the road, somebody has created this little altar, and there's just this little spiritual moment right there where just perfectly timed there was this little altar in the mountain in the rainforest on this very remote road. So I know that that's probably what is people's favorite part of that. So that thing's up to like 16,000 views though. I can't believe that. So anyway, that's not the version that I want to watch with you because I'm just doing the studio version of Falling in Love Again right now. All right, so let me pull this up and just to quickly look at the artwork. This is no big deal. It's really not my best work. I've told you guys this is not high tech, but okay, I love that garden. I knew I wanted to use Marvin's statue as him. And then I was just like, I'm needing a Japanese botanic garden. And so I love the image that I found. But what I want to correct is I want to put more water. There's more waterfalls going on than what we see. And I could fix that. And then I don't like how fast that water is flowing. The water is going like way too fast. It's like, where is this? Like, why is that water like moving like way too fast like that? So I would like to slow the water down. I've got a more clean and crisp picture of Marvin's statue now also. So you know what I mean? It's like, that's like a perfectionist type of thing and I just need to leave it alone. I've tried to mess with it and I'm not gonna re-bother to do that, but that's the artwork that's going on. So here's your girl's busted beats. Look, let's examine how busted these beats are. But just now I plugged them in and look, the red light is on. These motherfuckers still work. That's the reason why I am like, look at this part. This is new. This is new deterioration. Wow. You know, this is just like the really soft leather lining there. Tape is being used here. This has broken off, but they stay in, the batteries stay in. This is the latest part of deterioration, and so I am just waiting for any time now. But this, I will give it to the beats. They bust. I did get a pair of the pods, and those motherfuckers completely broke to where they're like this, so I can't even try and put them in my ear. So in a way, that was like a waste of $100. And these are closer to like $3. And they are busted as fuck. That's why I've told you, your girl does not leave home with these. I do not travel with these anymore. I used to travel. I used to be cool, you know, have them around my neck like this at the airport and shit. But yeah, these do not leave home anymore. I have no shame in this game on these beats because as busted as fuck as they are still gonna give me the right sound. That's what I can say. Like, they fall apart. I will say that, but like, they take a licking and they keep on giving that beat though. So all right, yeah, I'm totally about to hear this song though, so that's all that I really give a fuck about. They fit and everything still. Okay, so let us go back to the beginning on this video. I'm just gonna take it to the top and let the intro play. I've always got this little 6-second intro, but all right. Playing in 3, 2, 1. Oh, hold on, let me unmute it. Playing in 3, 2, 1, click. Yep, okay, so we're at 6. This is giving me always. Hold on. Listen to these horns. Pause. Those horns. Okay, so I am 14. Yeah, I'm 14, I'm maybe 15 when I have come across this vinyl. I've pulled this vinyl off of the shelf now. Now I'm on to studying this project because I've fully studied what's going on, and it's just time to move on to the next project. And that's always the way that I've done my Marvin. It's project by project, and we get a good and entire study on one project, and then we move on to the next. So now I'm growing up in the home where there is, you know, a sizable enough collection of Marvin's vinyls on the shelf available to me, okay? So that's literally, though, like, even though I have this selection, I really do focus on an album at a time. So I've pulled out Here My Dear, I've got that vinyl, I feel like that one opened up as well. And I would listen to this when I would be home alone after school, in the hours that I've walked home from the bus, and I'm gonna have a few hours of peace and quiet before everybody else is in the house. Those moments of privacy is where I would be doing my homework. I always remember math. I'm sitting at the kitchen table doing my advanced math homework. But this was so soothing for me to do that to. And those fucking horns, right? This is in the 90s when I'm listening to this song for the very first time. Marvin makes it in 78. And the only thing I'm understanding immediately as I'm hearing those horns is that those are the fucking horns from that Billy Joel song. I don't know that song, but I know the video. I know being in the 80s, a little girl watching MTV, and Billy Joel had some video out at the time. So some current video in the early 80s. And it's this, he's bopping like this in the video. Everybody's kind of dancing like this because he's got horns that are playing, and it is this. Copyright claim. I mean, the first time that I'm hearing Marvin, I am only hearing Billy Joel's whatever that song, I don't know what the song is, but, so, here we go.
In this life, of happiness and sadness, when you've lost out on love, and it all ends up in madness, and you say, love, please go away, don't torture me night and day. Then something's real, someone you feel comes in. Now I'm falling in love again. Oh,
The question that I asked, being the bitch that this song is written for, that's about the realest shit that any man could say to any woman, okay? I mean, if you were the subject, the object of this song for Marvin Gaye, like he's penning this song, this is not some fictional character, okay, that this song is written about. I can't fuck with the bitch. It's because it's like, what does it take to be good enough?
I'm falling in love again. Fall in love again. All over. Oh, babe. I'm falling in love again. Fall in love again. I found somebody.
It's just, oh, am I? It's like I almost want to take these off, but I'm not going to. That's heaven, okay? That's like an inundation, right? Of just joy, bliss, pleasure, happiness. Marvin is joy. That is so beautiful. I mean, and I'm sorry, people. Okay, so let's get into what I have advised you in the podcast all the time. You've got there. Okay. It is required when we're listening to Marvin, we're doing it in the air, okay? Like if we are studying, it's gotta be flowing straight into the ear. And okay, so when I was growing up, I had the COS headphones you need to have something doing this to your ear, okay? With Marvin, okay, because he's got to be able to there is suction, okay, right? Like it's just protected, and there is nothing but the ear receiving this right now. And so it was back here, it was what I was hearing of Marvin. That was right here. That is why I had to pause that, because that made me have to pause. It is so fucking beautiful all the time. I mean, this man, who in the game that ever is, the baddest motherfucker that there ever is, who in the game still from 78, when we just heard him being in the studio doing this, until 2022, has the skill and the ability and the beauty of range. He's got a 5-octave range, okay, people? So who in the game? That's there. Nobody. That's the reason why Marvin is, okay? And when he is just hitting you with it like that, I mean, oh my gosh, it's just, please. That's the reason why I wasn't doing this song in the buds. And I shouldn't have been doing What's Going On in the Buds the other day either, because when in that video I'm here and I'm just like really intensely closing my eyes and just like taking a very deep breath, that was because those were those magical strings at that moment were. But if I would have been hearing that in here, okay, so whoo, I mean, it was whatever was right here that he just did. Okay, here we go.
Said she loved me. I'm falling in love again. Oh, darling. Yeah. Once again. Hey, baby. She's pretty outside and in. She's so wonderful. I try not to let my heart slip in. What to do, baby? What could I do when somebody real comes in? Someone you feel comes in. Now I'm falling in love again.
I didn't want to stop it, but let's listen to what the mess. I cannot fuck with the bitch that is receiving this from your man, and you feel away, and you have the nerve to be able to break down why. I tried. Marvin is being the realest man, I mean, type that I've fucked with, right? And yeah, I tried not to let my heart slip in, but what could I do when somebody real, somebody you feel comes in? Once again, I can't fuck with a bitch that could receive that vulnerability and truth. I'm pushing play. That's Marvin, okay? I have pointed out to you in the latest podcast episode that's uploaded here on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's been through the course of doing this podcast. Okay, let me let me explain to you what my journey with Marvin all of these years prior to the podcast, so prior to 2019, was about. And up until 2019, good gosh, it's 90 2003 is when this thing started with me and Marvin, until 2019. I'm aware that Marvin Gaye is the baddest motherfucker that there ever is, 100% on the thing, which is this right here. And I get into, creating this podcast and researching a little bit more on Marvin song by song, right? Album credits looking. And it's the first time in my life that I become aware of him playing a lot of the instruments on what's going on after projects. And on this, here, my dear, all of the keyboardage, that's Marvin, okay? And that was right at that point, I was telling you, it was the left ear. This beat thing was giving me life of a new understanding of what he was doing right there on the keyboards. It was right here, too. It was just in this ear. But yeah, that's him. And so don't sleep, sweethearts, on how much of the instrumentation you will be hearing at times, that because it's information overload, it's sensory overload, because it is so easy to only be hearing the voice, because it's starting from here to here. Where's the finger, right? It's all of this spectrum of space is the voice and the eye from 93 until 2019. That's all I ever was understanding, was that voice, the thing. But just right there, that second, that was Marvin on top of 25 layers of vocal. Also giving you a left hand. I mean, that there ever is. So here we go again.
So lovely, as though there was no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. So let's have a talk and whisper, I love you, baby.
That's no matter what would happen between you and your man, it was the I love you. You're too immature to focus on 12 to 13 other songs that were, and not even if there are 12 to 13 others. I told you we have Funky Space, Reincarnation, we have Sparrow. Those don't have anything to do with Anna. Time to Get It Together doesn't have anything to do with Anna. Everybody Needs Love doesn't have anything to do with Anna. In a way, a little bit that kind of maybe does, but yeah, that one does have to do with Anna. But you can leave, but it's gonna cost you. I mean, there should have not needed to be a threat or insecurity or, feeling, I can't fuck with somebody that received that song written for them and feeling away. Okay. I'm sorry, I can't separate. I cannot separate my listening experience of the song, knowing who it's intended for, having ever heard that person explain their take on the song. I think if that person would have just, I would be not in my feelings right now. But yeah, that's trying to think. So I put, is it the most? I don't, is it what is this one? This is the most heavenly? Those harmonies. I mean, it's just, because you know what it was too? I didn't say this in the moment, but there was, I believe it's I Love You. That didn't have so much layering. But it was just kind of one track of Marvin, but it was so from here, right? I mean, yeah, people. Ah. So this is Marvin Gaye, Falling in Love, from his 1978 Here My Dear album. I believe this is the final complete song on the album. There's a little reprise that takes out the whole entire project after this. But yeah, the most heavenly. All right, this is our song of the day. Yeah, let me let you know what I plan to do with the upcoming videos of this. I'm going to pull up the song of the day playlist. I'm going to hit shuffle, and I'm going to let it select for us the song for the day. I'm down. I can rock with anything that's gonna come up, and we have a good selection available here. And I'll just love to tell you the story and educate as we listen. See you guys soon. Like and subscribe. This is kind of what I plan to do with our content from here for a little while. Thanks, guys. See you soon.